Hey guys, what's going on? It is Beacon here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And as you guys can see, I got Facecam on, mainly because I figured before we started this video, I would talk to you guys one-on-one about change. For one, you get to see me with glasses on, and two, the audio has changed. So this thing that I usually use, this microphone, pooped out on me when I was trying to record earlier today, and so I have to resort to using this microphone, and so I had to do some setting changes with my audio and OBS and everything like that. I tried Audacity, but it didn't really work out, and I don't really have time to like mess with all the features and stuff like that right now. So we're just gonna resort to this. Hope it's not too bad. My opinion doesn't really matter as long as you guys can hear me. Because today I'm gonna be teaching you guys something actually. I figured we would take a break from all the build battle challenges and actually do something else where I do a how-to video. I've been wanting to try to do some of these for a while now, but didn't really know how to start. So we're just gonna start here. If you guys enjoy this video or find it useful at all, be sure to leave a big fat thumbs up on the like button down below. Also, if you would like to see more from me, then be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a single video. And let's go ahead and hop into the first game. So I'm gonna do 5 different tips for you guys, and the first tip is just keeping things simple. This is a video more for like people who are just starting off with build battle or just building in general. So technically I can vote for the theme because I'm not doing a challenge, I'm just teaching you guys stuff, but I say let's just keep it the same to show you guys that these tips will actually work. So we have pirates, so let's keep this very, very simple. Now, usually, first thing that comes to mind is like, oh, a pirate ship with a bunch of pirates on there and everything like that. But maybe you can't make it in time. You know, a lot of people, when they do build battle, they usually try to overdo a lot of things, and they have no time left at all. I mean, you only get 5 minutes on the clock. So we're just gonna take that time. We're just gonna try to do our own little thing. How do I want to do this actually? So we're actually gonna need, where's the fence at? Perfect. We're gonna make a peg leg guy. So there's his peg leg, and we're gonna do his pants. We're gonna do a classic striped red shirt, and then maybe he has like a hook in this hand or something like that. And then in his other hand, we could have maybe a sword. I'm actually gonna make this a little bit more 3D. Now that I have time. Good old eye patch. There's a pirate. I do want to add a sword in his hand real quick. Again, this is something just super, super simple, and as I'm going along, I am adding in little details. And there is our pirate. Now I am going to add a little bit of extra detail along with the flooring in the backdrop. It's nice to have stuff like that. So let's go ahead and go for our backdrop. I'm going to go... there's not really a beach that I have. You know, I'm just gonna leave the backdrop on its own, but keeping something like super simple and small would be the way to probably go to begin with. Like, if you can't make a whole like pirate crew or a pirate ship, I wouldn't worry about it. Something simple as just one character works as well. So now comes the voting. I'm not gonna vote because I'm just used to it, and 2, I won't have like a bias or anything like that because someone else here could have like an actual good build. One thing that I will critique myself on is that this carpet is above where the patch should be. Ooh, I like this one. This one's very, very good. Oh my goodness. Bro, what? Okay, I'm gonna vote legendary on this because this thing is sick. Dude, I have to. When I see like a legendary build like that, I have to. Actually, you know what? Get this video to 10 likes, guys, and I will do a video on how to critique builds. Like, how the voting system should work. And I'm so sorry, there is a car outside right now. I would say if you're new to build battle, the first step is to not worry about getting a certain place. It's just to kind of have an understanding of how things work. So I got 6, which is understandable because, yeah, this one was absolutely amazing, and there are a lot better builds that I did have. Like, this guy built a whole Christopher Columbus and everything like that. Alright, let me see here. Motorbike, vampire, whale, animal, or garage. Now, if it's a theme like animal, obviously there's a ton of options, which leads me to number 2. When it comes to garage, I would say when it comes to certain topics like animal, or if it's like you can do like multiple different things, I would say don't limit yourself. always be open to do things that maybe you're not good at, but you can, you know, maybe get better at later on. A lot of the themes in Build Battle kind of stay the same. Like, if you don't, you know, if you don't build something the way you want it the first time, you can always go back when you know, get the theme again and try another time. Don't limit to yourself. Just because you had one bad build doesn't mean that all your builds are going to be bad. Trust me, I've had very, very bad builds. It's a learning process with building, I would say. And then eventually, like, once you do get better, or if you do get better, you will start to, like, kind of develop your own style. You'll use certain building materials over others, and you'll kind of just get a sense for what you enjoy building. Like, for example, I personally enjoy, as you can see, love using concrete and terracotta because they're solid blocks, they look good, and they just feel right to build with. But also, I like to build cartoony things as well. So I always, if I'm building something like a character, I will usually give it like some weird face or like a weird expression. You guys are probably thinking, you've literally just been putting down concrete and stone for the past 3 minutes. What is going on? So I need to build the actual garage first. There we go. I'm trying to make a little garage band. I'm not gonna get in time. Never mind. My idea was a garage band, and this is gonna happen from time to time. You have an idea, you think it's really good, you think it's really cool, but then it just goes to crap. This guy got legendary even though he doesn't have a top. Oh my god, I just kind of realized there's only like a few people here. There's only like 6 people here. Where did everyone go? They were like, nah, garages are lame, bro. That's the thing. You're not gonna get the most exciting topic ever, but you know what? That's the point. 6. Are you kidding me? You're really not gonna get good results if it's a tough topic and you're not good at building it. That's my third thing. That's my third tip. It's like, even though some of the builds that you make you suck at, because you're gonna have some builds like that. Everyone's gonna have a build that is just like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, could have done a lot of things. But at the end of the day, you're gonna know not to do that again, because you're gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. Let me try something different. And then you try something until it works. And then when you know it works, you keep doing that over and over. Tip number 4: make sure that the blocks that you're using are appropriate to the build. So, for example, I'm gonna take an example here, actually, whatever the theme is. What is it gonna be? It looks like candy cane. So I'm gonna be using white concrete and the red terracotta, mainly because they just look the best. Like, you guys can use whatever blocks you want, but don't go out there and just say, oh, I'm gonna build a giraffe out of complete wool or wood. Like, that makes no sense. That's like saying you're gonna make a computer out of complete wool. Think about what it's actually made of in real life, and then put down the actual materials. So I'm gonna go back and forth between this white concrete and this red terracotta because it looks boring, but it works together well. And it doesn't have to be the same type of block. I'm literally using a concrete and a terracotta together. Usually terracottas and concretes, considering that terracotta is like a shade off of concrete, it's not the worst thing you can use. And now that we have our candy cane shape, I'm gonna add a little bit of detail. When you do this, be very careful of what blocks you choose. This is why I'm mentioning this. So we need quartz, we need the stairs, and we need the blocks. But I am going to kind of add a little point. So I'm going to be replacing all of these concrete blocks with the quartz now, because the concrete and the quartz does not work together. But I only did it because I wanted to add like a little hook to it, and it makes it look a little bit better. Now, is there any blocks that we can use that are red that can do that? Polished granite is not quite the right shade that I want. Let's test this out. Let's test these red bricks. Oh, that looks... Oh yes, that looks clean. Now that we got that, I'm gonna go back to that quartz block. And since we have more time, I'm actually gonna make kind of like a baby right beside it. And now, last second, we're gonna add snow, and we're gonna add snowflake backdrop, just to add a little extra detail. If I just did that candy cane with a regular floor and regular background, it would not be the same. But yeah, don't be afraid to like experiment with like different blocks. I know a lot of people like me like the concretes and terracottas, but if you find something that allows you to make the build look good and more detailed at the same time, I would 100% do it. 7th. Yeah, let's not last. That's the only thing that I care about, really. I would say overall, when it comes to build battle, you know, I can tell you guys how to build one thing versus another, but like, I feel like in my opinion, if you're not trying, then what's the point? Get out. Like, I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm just saying that to be straight up honest. Like, you can be all funny you want, you can, like, you know, try to just, you know, write stuff out. There's been times, like, even in videos of mine, where I've had people be like, "Oh, please vote for me. Please vote for me. I would just love if you did. It's my first time building." Don't do that. Like, actually make an effort. You think that everyone's gonna sympathize with you just because you suck at building? No, they're not. And like I said, don't take that as like an insult. I'm just being straight up honest. I see it way too many times, and it upsets me that people would rather beg for votes rather than actually try something. It's unfortunate. It's just so sad. And also, have fun with your builds, guys. Don't think of it as like the end of the world if you don't get first place. I don't get first place all the time, and neither do you. Even if you're like the best build battler in the world and you have tons of victories on your belt, you're not going to be the best every time. Let's just be straight up honest. All right, Santa's sleigh. We'll put Santa on later, but right now we're just going to go something simple, something basic. Alright, and of course, we're gonna need a giant sack of presents, and then we need Santa himself. Some wool, because we're making clothing here, we want it to actually look like clothing. Maybe we have a few presents sticking out of here, why not? Couldn't be making it snow. And like I said before, if you guys get this video to 10 likes, I will do a whole overview of voting and stuff like that, and why I vote certain ways. By the way, guys, one more tip. Just because it's bigger does not make it better. Doesn't matter the size of the build. It matters about the quality of it. That is going to do it for the video. So if you guys enjoyed or found this useful, then be sure to leave a big fat thumbs up on the like button down below. And as always, if you'd like to see more videos from me, more build battle, or just more builds or anything in general, I kind of want to get into like actual like tutorials for building and how to build certain things. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys and gals all again in the next video. Goodbye.